So I just got back from watching Sonic the Hedgehog, and I thought that I would give my review about it. Now, of course, we all know about the whole controversy thing with Sonic of that ugly, ugly thing that they had done, like that CGI monstrosity that they did, and changing it because of the fan backlash. Well, because the company was so good to do that, I figured I needed to see this movie, even if I didn't think that it would be very good. And I have to actually say, it was fun. It was really, really fun. And because it was so fun, it was like, it was enjoyable. Like, I'm not going to do too much spoilers, but essentially it's kind of like it's a buddy comedy. It's I would call it like a buddy cop because the human aspect is, the guy's a cop, but so it kind of has like that little bit of fun there if you like those kind of throwback films. Now, I would say I did not really like Jim Carrey in this just because he's such an over actor, and when everyone else is playing their roles so straight, it's kind of off-putting a little bit to have, Jim Carrey just kind of be so cartoonish in his behavior. And like I understand because he's supposed to be the big baddie, but it's like it's more suited at the end. Like I wish he would have played this role straight through this movie. Now, of course, like I said, I don't want to do too much spoiling, but at the end, he looks a lot more like Eggman, which that's, I mean, that's good. So yeah, I mean, like I went to the theater because I figured let me go to an earlier showing because I figured the theater wouldn't be too full, and it wasn't too full, but there were a lot of kids there for 1:30 in the afternoon, and like it was fun listening to a lot of their reactions because you could tell that they kind of knew about Sonic and they were really excited about the aspects of Sonic, and it was probably more exciting because like their parents probably knew more about Sonic, but it just like the I mean like I will say I got excited when I saw like the beginning little montage of the game because I so remember the Sonic the Hedgehog Sega Genesis game. Like I loved that game. And so just seeing like the clips and things like that was like that got me and that kept my excitement up, for the rest of the film. And it's like in looking at what Rotten Tomatoes is doing. Now, of course, there's more reviews because I think it's gone up a little bit in the for the reviewers because like I bought the ticket yesterday, and I bought it yesterday because I saw what they were trying to do on Rotten Tomatoes where everyone kept mentioning the redesign and well the movie's not fun and basically like you got the feeling that they were trying to punish the movie for listening to the fans and giving us a more cartoon version of Sonic. And the way the movie is, like, that was the best decision that they could have made to make Sonic be the cartoony character that he is, because if it had that kind of like mixture of human and like that thing that was before, like it would have been terrifying. Like there's no way that that thing would have been able to pull off the kind of comedic timing and the kind of like fun atmosphere that the movie ended up having. And it is definitely a family film. So, I mean, definitely like, you know, you could take your kids and see it because it's got that kind of, it has that kind of like fun, kind of childish, a little bit comedy. But, as an adult, it was also still really fun. And if you loved playing the Sonic games, then you'll definitely enjoy this because, just like the sheer, like, I don't want to say it's sheer perfection, but it makes me think of comparing it to like Transformers. I mean, of course, like Transformers is such a low bar, but what I'm talking about is that aspect of the human ratio to the robot ratio that was in Transformers, which was really often. I remember thinking there's way too much human element to the story. This, I think, I love it for that reason because it is so much more balanced because it is about Sonic. It's not about it's not about the humans. It's really about Sonic, and the humans are just kind of along for the ride, and because they're along for the ride, it allows you to get to know the character of Sonic. And you do get a little bit of Jim Carrey, and you can see that they were trying to kind of like flesh out him as a villain and like his motivations and things like that. But like I said, he was probably my least favorite part of the movie because it like he chews scenery like none other. But I will give him credit in that he actually was less cartoonish than he'd has been in more recent years. So I would say he probably gave us a much more toned down version of himself. And I've heard people talk about like likening him back to kind of like his movie roles and things like that from the 90s. And I would say that I probably agree that it's a little bit more toned down. So it's, so the humor with him kind of hits a little bit better than the so over the top thing that he has been more recently. But like I said, I didn't really like his character more because everyone else played their roles straighter. Like, there's actually like probably the thing that made me laugh the most kind of had nothing to do with Sonic. It had more to do with the subplot of the cop's wife and the wife's sister. Like that, that kind of made me laugh a lot. But it has a lot of heart, and I'm trying like I'm trying not to give spoilers, and I know it's my channel so I can give spoilers if I want, but I think it's fun to go in without spoilers because I would say that I've avoided the spoiler reviews for that reason because I kind of want to go in like it's a good movie if you go in and it won't be like a masterpiece of all masterpiece, but like if you go in you're gonna have fun. And like I don't know, it's it definitely is a good time. It definitely does have that kind of heart. Like it makes you react. And of course, if you're in, and it could also be because I was in a theater with kids and just like listening to them have so much fun just kind of like makes the whole atmosphere kind of fun as well. But yeah, I would definitely say this is a movie to go see, and definitely see it, because they did listen, and it's good for that reason because they did listen. And I think a movie that like a company that is going to listen because they did not have to listen to the fans. They could have just done, they could have just done what they wanted to do and just ignored us. But, like, I feel like that should be rewarded. I feel like this is a movie that I would love to see have a sequel. Of course, the sort of like end credits, the little end credit scene, you could tell that they want to have a sequel. And it's a movie, it's a movie that it should have a sequel. So I would say go to the theater, like reward the company, because we can't sit here as fans of things and complain about things, or complain about companies not listening to us. And then when they do listen to us, we continue to ignore them. Like, I feel like this is definitely the time to, you know, like, use your wallet kind of thing. Like, protest with your wallet. Show these companies the kind of things that you really want to see. Like, for me, it was fun being a DC fan to just see, Sonic reading the Flash comics. And, and you're looking at it and it's like, of course you love, the Flash. It just, it's fun because they make it clear that Sonic is a kid. And I think that that definitely would be the best direction, because it, as an adult and you're looking at it and you're watching Sonic, like, when you're a kid playing the games, you don't necessarily think about the character of Sonic. And even watching, when the cartoon was on, it was the same thing. You didn't necessarily think about Sonic's age or anything like that. But like, just the way that they put him in, the human world and just had him react to things like that, and just, kind of the emotions and things that he went through as he was trying to make it. And, it is fitting that they had him be aged, appropriately, more akin to being a kid, because it just really kind of like, it relates to the kids in the audience in a way. And then it also kind of like, I would even say for like the adults, it makes you feel a little bit more for him, because it, like, it kind of gets those little instincts going. But yeah, that is essentially my review for Sonic. Go see it. It is so worth the ticket. Like, I was watching a little bit of DNC now. He was talking about he was going to pay for 2 tickets because he didn't want to go himself. But, it's the same thing of you want to reward a studio for listening to the fans. And he talked about going to the movies and it being weird not having something to eat. And he's right, because I went through the movie and I had nothing to eat. And it was sort of like, man, this would have been great with something like a drink or popcorn or nachos or something. But that's just like a little side note. Yeah, go see this movie. It is a fun time. It is worth it. It makes me now actually want to go back and see Pokemon Detective Pikachu, because I remember seeing the ads for that and thinking, oh, that just seems like a dumb film. But then after having watched this and then like listening to Clownfish TV, it's sort of like, you know what, maybe I might actually go back and watch that as well and see, like, because I love, like, if they're going to do things like this and it's going to be balanced and it's going to be fun, and, like, the CGI is going to be appropriate, because it has to be appropriate. If it's going to be appropriate and it's going to be, like, it's going to be a blast to go to, then I definitely want to see more movies like this, because, I mean, they're good. They don't have to be great, but they can be entertaining. And I really kind of like it for that reason. And, there's there's a little bit of politicking in there, but it's so suited and it's so fun. And you just you easily ignore it. You just go, yeah, that's funny. But yeah, that's that's my review, and I'm still kind of really excited, having gotten back and like doing this before I even fully process the rest of the movie. Anyway, if you like this, click the like button, click the subscribe button, do the bell stuff for notifications, share, do all of that. Please, please, please go see this movie and let me go before my dog starts barking like he's lost his mind. See you in the next video. Bye.